Yo, what is going on, my people? It's your boy Drew, and I'm back again with another streamer highlights video from the Weekend League Foot Champions gameplay. I know I feel like it's been a minute, but I have been ill. I have been dealing with a couple things, but we're back now. We're out here, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying the game recently, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the new patch. I don't know whether it's because I've changed camera angle. All sorts of stuff just have been going on and contributing towards that. But don't worry, we'll get into that. Nevertheless, guys, smash that like button if you do enjoy the video and you do enjoy that goal there. Smash the like for the Foot Champions gameplay. It really does mean a lot. It really does motivate me. And we're going to keep it moving. But as you guys may or may not have seen early on, the Black Panther, our icon, our favourite player on the game to use for the 2 years of FIFA 19, FIFA 20, is gone. We sold him for 3.1 million. And to be honest, I just don't feel as though the game deserves him, man. The way I was in a sort of mind state with this game, I wasn't enjoying it. And it was just a bit of a kick in the teeth when I'm trying to use players that I personally enjoy playing that aren't necessarily the full meta. And it's not going my way. So we had to get rid of him. But before doing that, there was a period of time we had Eusebio 91 and we did have Prime Emilio Butragueño. And to be fair, I'm not going to lie, the Prime Butragueño is just not any different to the 90, to be honest. And with the new patch being implemented as well, I didn't really feel as though he matched the game up. So we had the Prime, got rid of him. We did try to get the 90 in for a little bit. So we had the 90 Butragueño and the 91 Eusebio together. They were linking up nicely, but it just seemed a bit outdated. So I felt the best option would be to get rid of him, get rid of Eusebio, have a bit of coins, and just experiment. Try and find out who the best players to use would be, taking into consideration the new patch. So that's pretty much what we did. We tried out a whole load of players. We tried out Cruyff, baby Cruyff again. Wasn't really feeling too much. Quality player, but wasn't really feeling him. Tried out Blanc in midfield. Wasn't really feeling him either. We did even at a point hit a point where we got Prime Nedved. We were trying to play him out in a narrow formation. Central midfield in the 4-1-2-1-2. Left mid in a 4-4-2. And Lam in a 4-2-3-1 just wasn't good enough. He has nice stats on his card, but he's very, very stiff, to be perfectly honest with you guys. He's got a good shot, but he just doesn't feel very mobile, or as though he fits the meta of the game. So we got rid of him, and we brought back in Neymar into the squad. We brought Bernardo back into the starting lineup, playing on 5 chem, slotting goals in there, 120th minute there. We did enjoy that one. Fly kick in the chair and all sorts. We did also bring in 94 Team of the Year Frankie de Jong, who I have to be honest right now with you guys is probably the best player that I have in my team. Probably the best player as well that I've used on this game. Quality midfielder. And of course, Ankara Messi, 96 UEFA Champions League Team of the Tournament card. Guys, what a player Messi is. I'd say the only pitfall to that Messi there would just be his stamina. But again, Messi's the sort of player, you guys will see it during these gameplays as well. The sort of player, he can just always come up with a goal. He can just always do something special, whether it's just with the left stick dribbling, no sprinting, so you don't really need stamina. He can still perform. Bernardo Silva, 5 chem, green time finishes it, top bins. We like that one. That goal there was a little bit spicy, was a little bit flavorful. But for my guys as well, if you haven't realised, I did touch on it a little bit earlier. We are no longer using co-op. We were doing co-op with a fairly distance camera, and to be honest, when I use that, yeah, on one hand you can see the whole pitch, but on the other hand I feel as though when you're in the final third and you're coming up against someone that does like to play drop back one depth, that does like to overload the ball playing side, and there doesn't seem to be too many spaces between the back line. I feel like when I moved to tele broadcasting, it was a bit closer and I was working on the left stick dribbling. You almost have a bit more time to see more space in between players and more spaces in between the lines. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier to pick out tight little passes in and around the edge of the box. That pass there, back into Messi, slaps it into the top corner. I don't feel like I'd be able to do that in co-op because I might not have been able to see the tight little spaces. But that's how we're feeling. And we've kind of been trying to get out of the habit of finesse shotting, because I feel like since this patch has come through, unless you finesse shot with someone that's left-footed, I feel as though if someone moves their keeper just even a little bit, the shot will just be saved or parried wide. So it's kind of been a little bit nerfed there. Neymar clips it through to Messi. Messi, the green timed finesse, the left foot green timed finesse into the top corner. You just have to applaud it. Beautiful finish to end the game, taking us into our next game. I think at this point in time, we were 6-0, so we were enjoying the FIFA. there, finding nice little balls to the edge of the box. It wasn't really falling our way. Finds its way to Neymar, lovely little fake shot. Keeper moves absolutely out of the way, and we just slot it. A little bit of composure, a little bit of patience. But we were enjoying the game. We weren't making too many mistakes, but we did make a mistake there. Capitalised, Best catches it back to Ronaldo, back to Best. Boost down the line and shock how everyone scores. Sweats it across the box and scores. But to be fair, it always happens, man. So what can we say at this point in time? That's how people want to play the game. That's how people been conditioned to play the game. But we don't mind it. We tell them to relax. We tell them to be easy. Bernardo, 5 chem. I've told guys, Bernardo Silva 5 chem is better than Bernardo Silva 10 chem. But everyone thinks I'm insane. Everyone thinks I'm mad. But the proof's in the pudding. Look at him. Bernardo, lovely little ball control there. Tight little turn. Back to Messi. Smashes it into the near post. 3-1. Game, set, and match. Rage quit 81st minute. You don't want it. But I do have to say as well, guys, since the patch, left stick dribbling has become slightly better. It's still not at a point where I can enjoy the game, and I feel as though there'll be a better skill gap because of how good that someone can or can't be when doing it. But I feel as though you have a bit more control when you're just jogging and walking with the ball. And it catches people out. There's a lot of people that can't really defend on FIFA and rely a lot on their tactics. But if you catch them out doing this, you see whether they're impatient or not, and whether they can actually hold their nerve and defend properly. As Neymar does a little bit of skill there to create a little space. Smashes it. Keeper Handanovic can't do just enough, and that's a beautiful goal from gold Neymar, I might have to add. And I do have to say, I'll hold my hands up to the player, hold my hands up to the card. I was disrespecting him. First episode of For Foot's Sake. If you guys haven't seen it already, go back and see it. Pre-patch, before Neymar got given a new haircut. What about that apart from R9? Before Neymar got given a new haircut, he was throwing. But we got rid of him. He had over 1,000 appearances. And now look at him, he's just turning up. New haircut, new patch, new him. And to be honest, I'm just hoping that he gets a Player of the Month card at some point, because that's something that I definitely would like to do to bring my team going forward. And with that being said, there's quite a few new future stars coming out. Obviously the second squad is coming out really soon. At this point in time, you've probably seen it's probably out already. So let me know who you guys in the comment section below would like to see in my team, because at this point in time, we're having fun with the game. We're not putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. We're enjoying the streams. Once again, guys, if you don't know already, we do stream on Twitch, so the link for that will be in the description below as always. But as I say, like, we've kind of taken away that sort of pressure from ourselves. Like, I did have a lot of pressure on myself to say, oh yeah, I need to get Elite 1, Elite 2 every single week, because I feel as though I'm good enough to get top 100. I've stopped. I've just started playing for fun, enjoying the chats with the stream. Just kind of building that community over there, just having a good time. Trying to enjoy the game, because FIFA isn't necessarily enjoyable all the time. One touch football there, KDB finishes it off. This guy thought we were going to run into the corner waste time. I said no. And as I was saying, FIFA literally isn't really enjoyable all the time, because there's a lot of things that just go and aren't in your control. Just like that, he's tried to square it across. It's just gone through off of my player, through the legs of Diego Carlos. And we've tried to hit him back with a comeback, and we've just hit the bar. When things aren't going your way, the game is terrible, but when they are going your way and it's working nicely, it feels good. But there shouldn't be that sort of disparity. It should just always be one way. I feel there should be a bit more consistency with how the gameplay goes. But, you know, I can't make a football game, so I can't complain too much. But as a company that has been doing this for so many years, to get it this wrong this year, it's inexcusable. Nevertheless, we do win a free kick on the edge of the box, and you know there's always danger signals. There's always a problem when Messi's standing over it within 20 to 25 yards. He goes for the top corner, hits the crossbar, bounces back to Bernardo Silva, and he's just parried it straight back to the keeper. He's then come back with the kickoff, through ball from Kante. He's one-on-one with the Son, cuts inside, finesses it into the far corner. And that is the game. But to go back to the mistakes, as I was saying, when things just aren't going your way, what is that? And then his Son has shot without even facing the keeper. It's just hit Varane, and then it's come off of the toe on the penalty spot of his Marcus Rashford to score his goal. Fair play, but we did lose that game. So at this point in time, we were 9-1. But as I say, guys, stays the same, always remains. It's all about the bounce back. It's all about the comeback. Couldn't let our head get down. Neymar back heels it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo ball rolls inside. hits it near post, 1-0. And I do have to say, since the patch, I have been enjoying Ronaldo. I don't know whether it's because I've just had him for long enough now to kind of understand how to use him. But his finishing inside the box is pretty lethal. I said this before, but I'll say it again. But his finishing and his movement inside the box is pretty much incredible. It still isn't quite the 94 or the 96 Ronaldo. It's still not quite that because he doesn't have the 5-star skills. And he doesn't have the 5-star weak foot. But he still is a great player. And he's been clicking well with my team. But I have been questioned quite a few times as Neymar runs down the line. Ball flicks it up to Messi at the back post. Back across goal into the far side netting. And we do get a rage quit. But I have been questioned quite a few times in my chat as to whether or not I believe that Ronaldo R9, the base icon R9 that we packed, is holding me back. Given the fact that he's an untradeable card worth 2 million, I do kind of feel as though I have to use him. But at the same time, are there players that are better than him? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether I should get rid of Ronaldo or substitute him and try and get somebody else in instead of his position. At this point in time, we did have around 1 million coins, so there was still room to get someone else, as he does score a goal with his left foot, which did turn out to be the winner in a 2-1 win, taking us to 11-1 in the weekend league into our next game against Sevilla Autism, a nice team. Does get a bit of fortune there with the block from Renato Sanchez. Plays a 1-2 between Dembele and Ronaldo, and he's 1-0 up. And this guy, he was exploiting the wings. I didn't like it. And shock and horror, who scores at the back post? Ryan Kent, 2-0 down, 25th minute. This is just not what we wanted. But it's all about staying calm, all about chilling. Had the chat there and Twitch just relaxing me, keeping me calm, letting me know there's still time. And we bounced back pretty much with immediate effect with Bernardo Silva working it around in the 60th minute. Now we get a bit of fortune there. The ball zooms past PK. Messi finesses it near post. And we're back in the game, 2-2. What can we do now? 5 minutes later, Neymar plays a lovely little ball to Ronaldo. Drag back, find a little space. Sees the keeper move too early. 3-2 up. And to add insult to injury, can we find another goal? Heel to heel from De Jong. Patiently looks at the keeper move. And we just pass it into the bottom left. Which did prompt the rage quit. 4-2 win. Giving us 12-1. So we go into our next game again. And this guy was using the loan Henry, which I myself have used as well, as you get him in the objective storyline. I'm not going to lie, that's somebody I'm kind of considering getting into the team, guys. He's a very, very big player. My guy Mav highly recommends him, highly rates him, and is currently using his 90 card. So it's someone that I can consider getting as we dance on him with the Neymar celebration there. Definitely considering getting Henry of some form. Had him last year, really enjoyed him. Had him the year before through the Prime Icon SBC, and honestly I miss those things, to be honest. I miss those Prime Icon SBCs. The SBCs that they have in place now, I just feel as though it's kind of like a cash grab. That's just my personal opinion. My opinion isn't law, but that's the way I'm feeling. As we do get the win there, 3-1 rage quit, and we go into our 15th game. But Bahebek has scored early, so we're 1-0 down, but the keeper does make a mistake. Citizen poor. Ball roll by Neymar, smashes it near post. We're back in it 1-1. And we were just going, using that momentum from that goal. Ronaldo trying to find a little bit of space. Heel to heel into pass, which is one of my favourite combos right now. Messi works it into Neymar. Neymar finds space there, smashes it into the bottom right corner. Chill. Let's go 2-1. But he does hit us with a kickoff. What is this? Typical. Tries to find a sweater cross. Bounces off of the keeper's foot into Varane. Back to the crosser. Bahebek. 2-2. And he comes again, smashes it near post. That's a good finish, to be fair. I moved my keeper a little bit naively. 3-2, first half hat-trick from his Bahebek. 88th minute. This guy, cynical challenge. Anything to stop a goal. And his Van Dijk absolutely sacrifices himself there in the 89th minute to hopefully see out the lead. But we do find a little bit of space with Messi. Get the goal there. Nice little assist. Calm assist from Frankie de Jong, who was the captain at this time, taking us to extra time. And I don't know if you guys saw that. Maybe you want to reel it back a little bit. But the game lagged. The frames dropped there. He's found his way. Swits it across goal to Quincy Promes, and he scores accordingly. We weren't happy with that, man. So we did have to try and find a little bit intricate play between Messi to de Jong. Back to Neymar to de Jong. Finds it with his 3-star weak foot. Team of the de Jong finds the goal in the 117th minute. Bernardo Silva, here we go. We're in the 119th minute. This is it. The dying embers of the game. Can we find anything? Messi to Neymar. Neymar drags it back, hits the crossbar. No. Messi then gets his shot blocked. And Neymar finds the rebound off of his Coman. We just fall to the ground. Couldn't even believe it. We get the win. And that did take us to 14-1 for the first 15 games. Hopefully, the next 15 can be as good, if not better. We'll have to wait and see for tomorrow. Nevertheless, guys, drop a comment on this vid, show love, and I'm going to catch you for the next 15. Peace.